I'm Marcello. As usual, this month we have some big releases, like Griftlands, but also tons of true indie games. Let's give them a chance. I know for sure that, despite some flaws behind those games, there is always a lot of love. The Dungeon Paradox by Digital Software. I've never heard of it until a few days ago, when accidentally I stumbled onto its release trailer. Let's be honest, it's not exactly the best trailer. It seems like a B-movie action horror from 80s. Mummies, carnivorous plant, spiders, and only God knows what else. Really weird, but who knows. Expected for the 3rd of June 2020 on Steam. Carrier Battles is a classic hex and counter digital wargame covering the naval air battles of the Pacific War from 1942 to 1943. Find your opponent and strike at him before he sinks your precious carriers, while preventing them from invading or supporting your own amphibious operations. On Steam, the 4th of June. A strange and potentially interesting mix of puzzle, RPG and roguelike. This is HERETIC'S lot. The prologue is just a demo of the main game, coming later this year. I don't know about you, but I'm rather intrigued. Available on Steam from the 8th of June. After more than a year in early access, finally the Slay the Spire-esque roguelike from HEA game is arriving. With its outstanding art style, tons of events and fights. This tactical card combat game is going to be released on June 9th, 2020.
Peggy 16.
This one is one of my favorite from this list. I really love the setting of this game because it is far from the fantasy cliché. There is no space for things like the Chosen One, a super great evil to defeat, mega fireball and so on. In 1971, Project Helios, you live in a frozen world and your goal is to lead 8 survivors in search of a mysterious character. Tactical turn-based fights, exploration of military enclaves, dungeons and 3 different endings makes Project Helios a game to keep an eye on. We need to wait until the 9th of June. In the near future, you have to fight for your life, leading a team of soldiers in a series of deadly matches. The rules are simple: kill the enemy, grab the loot, level up your team and learn new skills. If you lose a single match, you are done. On early access on Steam on 10th of June. Lead a strike force of deadly mecha to bring peace to the solar system in a 40-mission campaign. WARBORN features big robots called variable armor, fights and tactical gameplay with a single-player campaign, multiplayer and a map editor. It will even support cross-play. If you love mecha, you can't miss it. On Steam, the 12th of June. Finally, after 2 consecutive delays, on June 15th, it will arrive Last Regiment. Described as a simultaneous team-based strategy game, Last Regiment will put you in a role of a hero who has to lead his regiment to triumph in a post-apocalyptic land of Kotia. As usual in recent time, in Last Regiment we will have to play cards in order to defeat our first enemies. The game will be out on 15th of June on Steam.
The age of Red Death is over. The age of conquest has begun.
If the hardest question for you is it better playing a roguelike or an open world RPG? Then stop questioning. Buy Tainted GRAIL and you will have both.
Through the unknown, you will find the way.
Fascinating graphic, tactical turn-based combat and an interesting lore. Tainted GRAIL, based on one of the most innovative board games in recent times, try to give a mature and dark reinterpretation of Arthurian legends, offering wild fights, lands to conquest, and villages to build and manage. On early access on June 25, obviously on Steam. The developers describe Chaos Galaxy as a pixel art turn-based galaxy total war game where you can select 40 factions, 61 heroes, hundreds of warship and mecha, and command multiple fleets to carry out grand strategy operations on the map of a galaxy. If you want to try it, you can even download the demo. Chaos Galaxy is expected to come out in June, but without a precise release date. You can find it on Steam. Just some occasional cramp of news, and after a long period of silence, Griftlands was reshown during the E3 2019. This time the game transitioned from open world RPG to card-based game. Just one thing remained the same, the wonderful art style. Now, after a short period of early access, it seems ready for the launch. No precise date has been confirmed yet. Thanks for getting to the end of a video. Let me know which of these is the game you are waiting for the most. And if you liked the video, share it and subscribe to the channel. Ciao!